Elon Musk is often referred to by the media as the real-life Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Tony Stark in the movie was even reportedly heavily inspired by Musk. He is one of the richest and most influential people in the world. You may recognize him as the Tesla and SpaceX guy, but how much do you really know about him? Before we dive into the world of Elon Musk, make sure to like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and welcome back to the Wealth HQ. Now, this is how Tesla's Elon Musk spends his billions. Let's start with his humble beginnings. Born in Pretoria, South Africa, Musk's mother is a Canadian-born model and dietitian, and his father is an electromechanical engineer. After his parents divorced when he was very young, he spent most of his time with his father. He claims that he had a terrible upbringing and faced tons of adversity while growing up due to an abusive father and a group of bullies at school. Technology was always a great escape for Musk, and he started learning about programming when he was just 10 years old. He actually made his first business sale at the age of 12. After he sold a game called Blastar to a magazine for $500, he went on to study at Queen's University in Canada, then transferred to the University of Pennsylvania and finally went on to pursue a PhD in applied physics at Stanford University. While he was still in school, Musk made money by selling computer parts and PCs to other students. He and a friend even ran an illegal speakeasy with a $5 cover charge. He will reportedly make an entire month's rent in a single night. Musk eventually left his PhD dreams behind after only 2 days of being at Stanford to take advantage of the internet boom. While most parents discourage their children from dropping out of school to pursue entrepreneurial visions, this risky choice proved fruitful for Musk. Without the help of the billions of dollars that Musk has today, Musk and his younger brother founded Zip2 in 1995, a company that provided and licensed online city guide software to newspapers. While waiting for that company to boom, Musk was reportedly showering at the YMCA and living in a Zip2 office. Thankfully, Zip2 was eventually bought out for about $300 million in 1999. Musk used his $22 million cut to move on to his next business venture, XCOM. This was an online financial services business that later became PayPal. When PayPal was bought out by eBay back in 2002, Musk made a $165 million cut. In early 2002, this science fiction fan with a penchant for anything space related founded SpaceX with $100 million. The goal of SpaceX is to reduce the cost of space transportation and to eventually enable people to live on other planets like Mars. Shortly after, Musk invested in Tesla Motors and helped them to develop their first electric car. Contrary to popular belief, Elon Musk did not create his insanely successful company from the ground up, but he is still considered by Tesla to be a co-founder. Musk is well known for his work with SpaceX and Tesla, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have time for other businesses. He is also the founder of the Boring Company, which seeks to alleviate car congestion by building a large network of tunnels underneath big cities like LA. Also, he is CEO of Neural Inc., which is reportedly developing implantable brain-computer interfaces with the goal of human enhancement. He also helped to co-found OpenAI, a non-profit AI research company that is focused on building safe artificial general intelligence, and he's involved in a ton of other technology advanced companies. They also make concepts out of sci-fi novels. We know what you're thinking. How can one person become so successful in the short span of 20 years? Well, the short answer is that he struggled along the way, but he never let his setbacks stop him from the week of work. Right before founding Zip2, Musk tried to get a job at Netscape. Unfortunately, his application was ignored. He also faced rejection at Ziptune after his board didn't believe in his ability as a CEO and demoted him. Musk even faced setbacks at PayPal when the company was named one of the 10 worst business ideas of the year in 1990. And believe it or not, he was even fired from PayPal, a company which he essentially helped to create, after he started a huge fight among the co-founders. Musk was on vacation when he received the news that he was being replaced, leading him to believe that he shouldn't take vacations anymore. We're actually going to pause on Musk's failures for a hot minute, so that we can talk more about how Musk feels about vacation and work. According to him, he has worked up to 100 hours a week in the past in order to achieve his goals. Nowadays, he tends to work between the 80 and 90 hour range, which isn't that much less than the 100. He works this hard so that he can achieve in 4 months what it takes others who work 40 hours a week to achieve in a year. Musk even once mentioned that he will answer emails while spending time with his kids, because they don't need constant interaction, except when they're talking directly. You can think what you want about Musk, but he's clearly a workaholic. He even admitted in April of 2018 that he was sleeping on the Tesla factory floor because he didn't have time to go home and shower, due to Tesla being behind on production. When he took his first vacation after founding SpaceX, one of his rockets exploded, which further led him to believe that he shouldn't take weeks off anymore. Well, it does seem that Musk has been coming around to the idea of vacationing in recent years. He believes in a hands-on leadership style. Now let's get back to talking about Elon Musk's struggles. 2008 was a bad year for the American economy, and both SpaceX and Tesla were on the verge of bankruptcy. Musk chose to bankrupt himself to help keep them afloat. He even admitted to being completely broke in 2010 and said that he was relying on loans from wealthy friends in order to survive. He had invested every last cent into his business and had nothing left. Sounds pretty crazy for someone who's worth $21.8 billion today, doesn't it? Thankfully, Musk's finances started to look up after Tesla debuted on the stock market in 2010. But he's also experienced setbacks with SpaceX, as the company has had multiple rocket launch failures in the past decade. The most important thing about all of these failures is that Elon Musk never let him stop from achieving his goals. Every setback just made him work harder. By 2012, Musk appeared on Forbes' Richest list for the first time. He had a net worth of $2 billion at the time. Now that we're all well versed in how Musk became a workaholic, self-made billionaire, let's take a look at how he spends his hard-earned cash. This business extraordinaire reportedly owns more than $70 million worth of residential property in the Bel Air neighborhood of Los Angeles. His first Bel Air purchase was a 1.67 acres estate that he bought for $17 million back in 2012. The 20,248 square foot home features a unique 1,000-bottle wine cellar in a 2-story library. He has 5 homes in total, and they're all located close to one another. One can only imagine that Musk is currently trying to figure out the best way to connect his 5 compounds into one. Luckily for him, he has enough money to buy all these stunning properties if he really wanted to. This billionaire is also a lover of cars, which shouldn't be surprisingly. He paid nearly $1 million back in 2013 to make him the proud owner of the Lotus Esprit submarine car from the 1977 James Bond film The Spy Who Loved Me. While he originally bought it with the hope of making the car capable of transforming into an actual submarine, it seems that the idea was too far-fetched, even for Elon Musk. However, he did tweet out in 2016 that he was planning to work on designing a real submarine sports car as a side project. And even though he works for an electric car company, that doesn't mean he only drives Teslas. Musk reportedly also owns an old-school Ford Model T and a Jaguar Series 1 1967 E-Type Roadster, both of which are vintage gas guzzlers he even used to drive around a $1 million McLaren F1 when he first became a millionaire. But that was before he accidentally destroyed it. Besides his opulent homes and his fancy cars, Musk doesn't seem to spend his money on the regular fun stuff. He chooses hobbies that don't require a lot of money, like listening to music, reading books and playing video games. Plus, for Musk, funding space exploration and putting money into projects that will better humanity is fun. Like most of the other billionaires in this world, Elon Musk donates a lot of his money. He founded the Musk Foundation in 2012 with his brother. They have reportedly donated at least $257 million to the organization, according to its website. The Musk Foundation gives out grants in support of renewable energy research and advocacy human space exploration research, and advocacy pediatric research and science and engineering education. Musk also signed the Giving Pledge, which was created by Bill and Melinda Gates and Warren Buffett. This means that he's committed to giving away more than half of his wealth, and though he's already involved in an artificial intelligence company, that didn't stop him from donating $10 million to the Future of Life Institute to run a global research program aimed at keeping it beneficial to humanity. And we don't know if it's due to this level of sci-fi, but Musk seems really committed to making sure that evil robots won't eventually take over our planet. We all know that Musk loves the technology projects, but did you know that he also funds a school inside the SpaceX headquarters in California? There is only a small group of students of the age of around 10 years old, known as Ad Astra. This group functions as an experimental non-profit school that is attended by Musk's children, the children of selected SpaceX employees and other gifted kids from LA. Musk told the media back in 2015 that he didn't think that regular schools were cutting it anymore in terms of education, and that he could probably do better if he just created his own school. At Ad Astra, there are no grades, and children can opt out of subjects they are not interested in. However, the school does focus more on STEM education. According to Ars Technica, 400 families tried to secure a spot for their kids in this exclusive school when the admission cycle was open. With a little under 40 students currently attending, Musk pays for everyone's tuition. He also purchased a Mac laptop for each student and often treats them with food trucks after school. While we're not yet sure what will happen to the school once Musk's kids are out of the school system, we can only imagine that Musk wants to revolutionize school in the same way that he's revolutionizing everything. In more recent news, he found himself in hot water after it was discovered in July 2018 that he had reportedly donated $38,000 to a political action committee named to protect the House. While the move made it seem like he was supporting a Republican agenda, Musk claims he had made the donation so that they're willing to listen. When he calls to object about issues that negatively affect humanity, he went on to explain that it gives a nominal annual amount to both parties to maintain a dialogue with them both. All in all, Elon Musk is truly one of the most interesting people in the world. Not only is he constantly thinking of ways to improve our daily lives, but he is also focused on making the future a better place for generations to come. He is transforming the world that we live in and is somehow making the impossible seem possible. That's all for how Tesla's Elon Musk spends his billions. Now that you're feeling inspired, would you spend your money the same way if you had Elon Musk's bank balance? If not, what would you do differently? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.